Okay, hello and welcome to the weather update. 10 p.m., November 4th, 2020. Nice sunny day, but very mild, very much above normal, almost 10 degrees above normal for the day. But it was nice and clear all day, right till the end when the sun set, not a cloud in the sky. So a very nice day. I did manage to go for a hike in the Pine Barrens. That video will be up later. But it was a little warm, especially in the beginning before the sea breeze kicked in. We're going to look at our surface temperatures right now across the area, mid 50s. Pretty much everywhere we got mid 50s, which is the normal high. Some areas there are getting some radiational cooling. It looks like 48 in Toms River, but it got very warm in Toms River today, so we're going to look at some of the highs today across the area. So the maximum temperature for the day across the island, we had some, no wonder why I was warm. Let's wait for this to load here. 66 in Deer Park there, Dix Hills. That's about what it was when it was warm, and I was wearing a thick shirt, thinking it was gonna still be kind of cool, but it was not. 63 at Farmingdale, 63 at Islip, 63 at West Hampton. Actually, no, 61 at West Hampton, 63 at Manaville, 66 in looks like Oyster Bay. The Park hit 61, LaGuardia hit 64, the Kennedy hit 63. And as we go down into New Jersey, you'll see, oh my God, look at that. Lakehurst hit 73. And Miller Air Park, that's Whiting, 68. Looking for the airport here, which is 68 at the airport, 68 in Toms River. So yeah, very hot in Jersey. And it's probably going to be near 80 there on the weekend. Just so hot. I mean, it is for November considered very hot. And much of New Jersey was in the upper 60s because you got to remember there was a southwest wind, so we had a sea breeze on Long Island, which kept things cooler. So let's take a look at the latest with Eta, which is now a tropical depression. All right, so Eta is now a tropical depression, but it's going to, I'm not even going to look at the latest stats because it's right now just a depression, but it's going to strengthen again. You'll see, looking at the map here, you will see it's going to get back out over the water again and strengthen and possibly impact Florida and Cuba. And they don't have it becoming a hurricane again. However, as we've learned from before, you cannot underestimate these storms. So it looks like it will keep the name Eta and then wind up impacting Florida. Wow, what a crazy path that this storm has been on. Let's look at the latest satellite imagery on tropical depression Eta, and you'll see it looks pretty disorganized right now. I mean, it's over it went over the mountains, so it kind of really lost its circulation there. But there's still something there, and there's still favorable conditions for strengthening once it gets back out over the waters again. So let's look at these models here, and they're pretty much all over the place. Some of them have it going back out over the water, some of them hitting Yucatan, some of them going this way. So I mean, they're all over the place. When we look at these models, and this is the intensity guidance on tropical depression. Now it's saying tropical depression 29L again. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Let's go to the models here, and we'll take a look, and we'll see what's going to be happening. Here, we'll start off with the upper air pattern, of course. And you'll see we're in an upper air pattern that's going to favor above normal temperatures. So let's go to, then you'll see this big ridge building in the east. Alright, so as we move time along, you will see that ridge just stays in place. But you can see lower pressures over the Gulf and the Caribbean, and that favors tropical development. And as you'll see here, this. Look at this ridge. The weekend is really going to be warm. This ridge is very strong ridging in the east. So and it could strengthen. Who knows? And it looks like it hits Florida, and then it kind of goes back out, and then it goes back south, and then winds up hitting. This is the GFS, and then winds up hitting the Yucatan. That's insane. And then it looks like there's something else that's trying to form over here too. So when you look over our area, you see we got this huge ridge here. So it's going to suppress anything. Keep it, and that's why it's such a strong ridge that we have over us. You see there's some troughing in the west, and then toward the end of the period, maybe we try to get some troughing in, but and then again, it's that last end of the period that we finally see some troughing. And it looks like it's trying to form something else down there too, so lots of possibilities. Let's look at the European. We get the same idea, very, very much above normal temperatures with this huge ridge. If you think it was warm today, it's going to get a lot warmer. And this is the European, which seems to take it back out into the Gulf and then have it hit and move back and then hit the panhandle of Florida. So it's anybody's guess where it's going to go. I mean, it's way too early. Anybody's guess, but anybody from Florida and the Gulf Coast have to be paying attention. And there's that beautiful trough, which is gone, of course. So we go back to GFS here. We're going to look at temperature anomalies, and you'll see we're going to be well above normal. Actually, I'm going to look at both the 2 meter and the 850 as well. So as we go into Thursday, you'll see red across the 100, bright red. And as we get into the weekend, look, the whole eastern part of the country is just in bright red here. Pink almost. We're so much above normal, like 12 degrees or higher, more than above normal. And then it really doesn't start getting closer to normal, maybe below normal, maybe by the middle of the month. Not this weekend, but maybe next weekend after that. Maybe we'll see some change. Maybe. So, yeah, very much above normal. So if we look at the 850 anomaly, which I also want to look at too, it might even show up even more pronounced on here. You can see that just very, very warm above normal pattern on the East Coast. Whereas the West is getting a lot of cold air. They're getting all the cold air. Well, we're above normal again, suffering. With this very much warm. Well, some people like it. It's not normal though. And so let's go take a look at the surface map, and you'll see there's that huge ridge, and it's pretty much going to also keep us dry. We're not really going to see any rain out of it. There's Eta. You can see it. Look, it looks like it takes Eta and then hits. It could have an impact flyer, and I honestly expect that this is going to become a hurricane again. Don't agree with the. I think it will. Like, we've seen that this whole season. But we stay high and dry here and above normal with that high. There's the return flow. You might see some. Next chance of rain would be maybe some moisture along a cold front that's going to move through. But Eta is still kind of stuck. You can see it's just sitting south of Florida, and then another wave comes through. And then that's when we'd see our cooler air, November 15th. But look at this. This really deepens it quite a bit. GFS has it going down. That's definitely a hurricane right there. So, yeah, what can I say? And there's another low center over there that you saw. So, yeah, it's going to be a wacky, wacky pattern. So let's look at our temperatures across the area. I think there isn't really going to be much precipitation to speak of. After a mild night, lows in the upper 40s to around 50. We go into the mid-60s tomorrow. They underdid it today, so expect it to be close to 70, except on the South Shore. And then still warmer, probably into the 70s on Friday. And we're going to stay in the 70s Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I wouldn't even be surprised if parts of New Jersey make a run at 80. Perhaps you can see we're staying warm, above normal here, 60s, 70s, which is well above normal for November. And then we finally try to get this front through and cool it off by we get into that mid-month weekend there, November 15th. But man, just crazy warmth. Look at the dew points too, and they shouldn't get too high. So here's Thursday. You can see we get some elevation of the dew points, but nothing. You're not going to really, it's not really humid weather, but we might start seeing that ahead of that front. When we get some of that tropical moisture that might get ripped off of Eta and brought up along that cold front. That's, like I said, ways in the future, ways in the future. And like I said, Eta is just, I'm not even going to go looking at the models for Eta because at this point we have to wait for it to reemerge, and it's just no idea as to what's going to happen. We can go in there and look at Fantasyland if you want. But let's look at the skies. Here's Thursday. Start off not much away of clouds, but I think there will be some more high clouds tomorrow. Here's going to Friday. We have a weak dry front pushing through, so we'll start off some clouds, more sun in the afternoon. Here's Saturday, probably mostly sunny. Sunday, fairly clear as well, mostly sunny. Maybe Monday too. Like I said, just stay in this strong high pressure. It's going to keep the clouds away, which is good. At least, even though it's warm, it's also sunny, and it's not dreary like it was before. We can also look at the NAM. Here's the NAM model. So yeah, I think I would expect some more clouds tomorrow. It probably won't be as clear as today. But for Friday, we start off with clouds, and then we start getting rid of them by the afternoon. And then NAM doesn't seem to think we're going to be as clear Saturday, but that we'll have to see about. Okay, well, just for giggles. Well, not giggles because it's serious, but let's see what some of the models have as far as the GFS goes for the ADA. So this is the GFS here. So when you see ADA pop up, we'll see it in a minute there. So yeah, you can see once it gets past this point here, look at that. That's a hurricane. That's a hurricane. All right, and then it deepens again. You can see the pink. So that is definitely a hurricane. So this thing, I think, is going to become a hurricane again. And like I said, it looks like it has it going over the Keys, perhaps. And then once it gets west of there, it's going to intensify. Then it's just kind of stuck because you got this high pressure all around, and then it can't move anywhere. It's stuck there. So the only place it can go is south or west. So it's just craziness. It's just craziness is what it is. Let's go to windy.com. We can look at that too and see what it does on there as well. So we'll look at this. We'll use windy.com, and we'll see what happens as it reemerges. Right now, you don't see anything. It's still not in there. There it is. It's reemerging out over the water again. It's becoming a tropical storm. You can see clearly there. It looks like it's going to hit Cuba. This is the European model. It's going to hit Cuba, and then yeah, it's a hurricane. It's going to become a hurricane again. You know it will. It looks like it would hit Key West as possibly Category 1 hurricane. And then it goes out over the Gulf. Stays a category, actually starts to strengthen a little more. Might become a Category 2 hurricane. And then, yeah, look at that. There it is. Maybe even a Category 3 at this point. This is the European Tuesday. We got to look at it even though... Oh, look at this. Look at this. So this is Tuesday. Look at this. 106 miles an hour. So this thing is going to become a Category 3 hurricane as it gets back out in the Gulf again. And then, according to this is the European model now. Oh boy, Category 3 hurricane, 113 miles an hour, and it looks like it would head for the Panhandle. Boy, the Gulf just keeps getting slammed this year. So it head toward the Panhandle. Weekend as it makes a landfall. That is again the European. So we're gonna see what the GFS has for this storm here. Not quite as intense. Takes it out over the... You can see the general idea of it taking it into the Caribbean. And then when it tries to move north, it's going to hit that high, and it's not going to be able to. Here it is Monday. Still tropical storm. So the GFS scenario would spare Florida. But look at this. It barely moves because it's stuck with that high there. It's Thursday. It's still sitting there. Friday. It's as far out as this thing goes. So it's still stuck there. And it's all because of this ridge. This ridge that's all over here. This huge ridge. I'll draw it out for you again. Let's use the red. This huge ridge that's just literally over the whole east. There's literally nowhere for this thing to go. And you can see it looks like there's another wave over there. So we're gonna be seeing theta in a week or two probably as well. Well, eta and theta probably at the same time. You can see there's one here, and you have one here. So yeah, it's craziness, folks, and it's 2020. So what else is new? But anyway, that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care and thank you for watching.